Hey, hello, welcome back to our channel. So, in this video, we are going to share you the top 45 questions from biology, physics, and chemistry for your Icar UG 2021 examination, and it is one of the most important questions. So, before starting the video itself, let me remind you one thing. These questions are directly taken from the question paper and it's not in the form of PDF. So, pardon me if you find any difficulty while watching the video because it is not in the PDF, it is directly taken from the question paper. So, before starting the video, if you are new one to our channel, you can watch all other videos, and if you like these all videos related to various competitive exams in India, please do like, subscribe and share. So let me start today's video. So our first question is from biology, and the first one is, which group of organism is represented by the given figure? You can find a figure here and identify which group of organism is represented here. And the options are dinoflagellates, protozoans, slime mold, euglenoids. And the right one is option D, euglenoids. The next one is, given below is diagram of a virus. In which one of the option all the three A, B and C are correct? And this diagram is also be directly taken from the NCERT book, and the options are A, RNA, B, capsomia, C, tobacco mosaic virus, B, A, DNA, B, capsid, C, bacteriophage. C, A, RNA, B, capsid, C, tobacco mosaic virus, and D, A, DNA, B, capsid, C, bacteriophage. And the right one is option number C, that is A, RNA, B is capsid and C, that is the overall body, is tobacco mosaic virus. The next one is, in the case of peppered moth, the black colored form became dominant over the light colored form in England during Industrial Revolution. This is an example of. And the options are natural selection, whereby the darker forms were selected, appearance of the darker colored individuals due to very poor sunlight, protective mimicry, inheritance of darker color character acquired due to darker environment. And the right one is option number A, natural selection, whereby the darker forms were selected. The next question, in barley stem, vascular bundles are. The options are open and scattered, closed and scattered, open and in a ring, closed and radial. And the right one is option number B, closed and scattered. The next one is, the annular and spirally thickened conducting elements generally develop in the protoxylem when the root or stem is. The options are maturing, elongating, widening, differentiating. And the right one is option D, differentiating. The next question, removal of introns and joining the exons in a defined order in a transcription unit is called. The options are splicing, tailing, transformation, capping. And the right one is option A, splicing. The next question, Which one of the following is commonly used in transfer of foreign DNA into crop plants? The options are Trichoderma hercynium, Melodigyne incognitia, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, Penicillium expansum. And the right one is option number C, Agrobacterium tumefaciens. The next one, which one of the following statement is true regarding digestion and absorption of food in humans? The options are Oxyntic cells in our stomach secrete the proenzyme pepsinogen. Fructose and amino acid are absorbed through intestinal mucosa with the help of carrier ion like sodium. Chylomicron are small lipoprotein particles that are transported from intestine into the blood capillaries. About 60% of starch is hydrolyzed by salivary amylase in our mouth. So from this, the right one is option number B, that is fructose and amino acid are absorbed through the intestinal mucosa with the help of carrier ion like sodium. The next question, manganese is required in. The options are nucleic acid synthesis, plant cell wall formation, photolysis of water during photosynthesis, chlorophyll synthesis. And the right one is option C, photolysis of water during photosynthesis. The next one, which one of the following type of organism occupy more than one trophic level in a pond ecosystem? The options are phytoplankton, fish, zooplankton, frog. From this, the right one is option number B, fish. Next one, synapses occurs between. The options are a male and a female gamete, mRNA and ribosomes, spindle fibers and centromere, two homologous chromosomes. And of course, the right one is option number D, two homologous chromosomes. Next one, use of antihistamine and steroid gives a quick relief from. The options are allergy, nausea, cough, and headache. The right one is option A, allergy. The next one, which one of the following is not observed in biodiversity hotspots? And the options are endemism, accelerated species loss, lesser interspecific competition, species richness. And the right one is option number C, lesser interspecific competition. The next question, vacuole in a plant cell. The options are is membrane bound and contain storage protein and lipid, is membrane bound and contain water and excretory substance, lack membrane and contain air, lack membrane and contain water and excretory substance. And from this, the right one is option B, that is vacuole is a membrane bound and it contains water and excretory substance. The next one, what is the function of germ pore? The options are emergence of radicle, absorption of water for seed germination, initiation of pollen tube, release of male gamete. And from this, the right one is option number C, initiation of pollen tube. The next question, for its action, nitrogenous requires. The options are high input of energy, light, Mn2 plus super oxygen radicals. And the right one is option A, high input of energy. The next one, as compared to a dicot root, a monocot root has, the options are more abundant secondary xylem, many xylem bundles, inconspicuous annual rings, relatively thicker periderm. And the right one is option number B, many xylem bundles. Now let's look at the most important question from physics section, and here is our first question. A body of mass 4m is lying in xy plane at rest. It suddenly explodes into 3 pieces. 2 pieces each of mass m move perpendicular to each other with equal speed. The total kinetic energy generated due to explosion is, and the options are mv square, 3 by 2 mv square, 2 mv square, and 4 mv square. And the right one is option number B, 3 by 2 mv square. The next one, a balloon with mass m is descending down with an acceleration a. How much mass should be removed from it so that it start moving up with an acceleration a? The options are 2 ma by g plus a, 2 ma by g minus a, ma by g plus a, ma by g minus a. And the right one is option A, 2 ma by g plus a. The next one, the force F acting on a particle of mass m is indicated by the force time graph shown below. The change in momentum of the particle over the time interval from 0 to 8 seconds is. And the options are 24, 20, 12, and 6. From this, the right one is option C, 12 newtons. The next one, the binding energy per nucleon of lithium and helium nuclei are 5.60 and 7.06 respectively. And in the nuclear reaction, you can find it here, the value of energy Q released is. Please note the equation given above, and the options are 19.6, minus 2.4, 8.4, 17.3. And the right one is option number D, 17.3. The next question, hydrogen atom in ground state is excited by a monochromatic radiation of lambda equal 975 A. Number of spectral lines in the resulting spectrum emitted will be. The options are 3, 2, 6, and 10. And the right one is option number C, 6. The next question, if the kinetic energy of the particle is increased to 16 times its previous value, the percentage change in the de-Broglie wavelength of the particle is. And the options are 25, 75, 60, 50. And the right one is option number B, 75. The next question, a photoelectric surface is illuminated successively by monochromatic light of wavelength lambda and lambda by 2. If the maximum kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectron in the second case is 3 times that in the first case, the work function of the surface of the material is. Here H indicates Planck's constant and c is the speed of light. The options are hc by 2 lambda, hc by lambda, 2 hc by lambda, hc by 3 lambda. And the right one is option A, hc by 2 lambda. The next one. The Young's modulus of steel is twice that of brass. Two wires of same length and of same area of cross section, one of steel and another of brass, are suspended from the same roof. If we want the lower ends of the wires to be at the same level, then the weight added to the steel and brass wires must be in the ratio of. The options are 1 is to 2, 2 is to 1, 4 is to 1, 1 is to 1. The right one is option number B, 2 is to 1. The next question, a series RC circuit is connected to an alternating voltage source. Consider two situations. When capacitor is air filled, when capacitor is mica filled. Current through resistor is I and voltage across capacitor is V. Then, from this, the right one is option number B, that is VA is greater than VB. Next one, a potentiometer wire of length L and a resistance R are connected in a series with a battery of e.m.f EA and resistance R1. An unknown e.m.f is balanced at a length L of potentiometer wire. The e.m.f E will be given by. And the right one is option B, E0R by R plus R1 into 1 by L. The next one, on a frictionless surface, a block of mass m moving at a speed v collides elastically with another block of same mass m which is initially at rest. After collision, the first block moves at an angle theta to its initial direction and has a speed v by 3. The second block speed after the collision is. And the right one is option A, 2 root 2 by 3 into v. The next question, a particle is executing a simple harmonic motion. Its maximum acceleration is lambda and maximum velocity is beta. Then its time period of vibration will be. And the right one is option number D, 2 pi beta by lambda. The next one, water rises to a height h in a capillary tube. If the length of the capillary tube above the surface of water is made less than h, then the options are water rises up to the tip of the capillary tube and then starts overflowing like a fountain. The option B, water rises up to the top of capillary tube and stays there without overflowing. Water rises up to a point a little below the top and stays there. Water does not rise at all. And the right one is option B. Water rises up to the top of capillary tube and stays there without overflowing. So that's for physics. Now let's look at the top 15 questions for chemistry. The first one is, which one of the following sets of monosaccharides forms sucrose? And the right one is option number B, alpha D glucopyranose and beta D fructofuranose. The next one, buffer solution have constant acidity and alkalinity because. And the right one is option A. These give unionized acid or base on reaction with added acid or alkali. The next one. Among the following compound, the one that is most reactive towards electrophilic nitration is. The options are benzoic acid, nitrobenzene, toluene, benzene. And the right one is option C, toluene. In a zero order reaction, for every 10-degree rise of temperature, the rate is doubled. If the temperature is increased from 10 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius, the rate of reaction will become. And the options are 256 times, 512 times, 64 times, 128 times. And the right one is option number B, 512 times. The next one, which of the following is least likely to behave as Lewis acid? Lewis base. And the right one is option number B, BF3. Next one, the correct order of increasing bond length of CH, CO, CC and C double bond C is. From this, the right one is option number D, that is CC is greater than CO and CO is greater than C double bond C, which is greater than CH. So the right one is option number D. The next one, which one of the following statement for the order of a reaction is incorrect? And the options are, order is not influenced by stoichiometric coefficient of reactant. Order of reaction is the sum of power to the concentration terms of reactant. Order of reaction is always a whole number. Order can be determined only experimentally. So from this, the right one is option C. Order of a reaction is always whole number. It is the incorrect one from the options below. So the right one is option number C. Next one, if the enthalpy change for transition of a liquid water to steam is 30 kilojoule mole inverse at 27 degrees Celsius, the entropy change for the process would be. And so definitely the answer would be option number C, 100 joule mole inverse K inverse. The next one, the electrode potential for Cu2 plus electron is Cu plus and Cu plus electron is Cu are 15 volt and 0.50 volt respectively. The value of E0 Cu2 plus by Cu will be. And the right one is option number A, 0.325 volt. The next one, the correct order of increasing bond angle in the following species is. And the right one is option number C. That is Cl2O is less than ClO2 minus, which is less than ClO2. So the right one is option number C. Next one, which of the following statement about primary amine is false? And the right one is option number C. Aryl amine react with the nitrous acid to produce phenols. Is the right one, and which is the false statement from the 4 options. The next one is oxidation state of P in H4P2O5 H4P2O6 and H4P2O7 are respectively. The right one is option number D, +3, +4 and +5. The next one, which one of the following ion have electronic configuration argon 3d6? And the right one is option number D, cobalt 3+. Then last question is, an increase in equivalent conductance of a strong electrolyte with dilution is mainly due to. The right one is option number A, increase in ionic mobility of ions. So these are the top 45 questions which are very much important for your examination. Hope you understand it, and let me wish you once again a very good luck for your examination, and thank you for watching.